Hey everybody, Noah here from 3x3 Insights. Welcome to episode 6 of Retail Untapped, a special episode this week here with one of the founders of the business, Mitch Berkoff. Tell us why 3x3 Insights came to exist in the first place.
Thanks, Noah. Well, I grew up the son of a liquor retailer, and I grew up during a time where I was able to see a lot of transitions within the industry, from technology to changing legislation, and how that's impacted the industry overall. And that's what really gave me the inspiration to go and start 3x3 Insights, is to empower the independent retailer to compete on a higher level during a time where they face more competitive pressures than ever before. When you have Total Wine and Amazon acquiring Whole Foods and delivery apps coming into the marketplace, well, all of those are reasons for a customer to visit an independent liquor store less frequently. So as we were trying to plan around buying and pricing and promotions, we had to be really dialed in, because the industry has changed in a way where margins aren't quite where they used to be. Pricing is pretty unified. So, I mean, a basic business principle is the only way to grow in a market of normal growth is to steal share. And the only way we could do so was by having the right products at the right price point with the right people in the store to help guide the consumer. And all of that requires data, and not data that was accessible to the retailer. So fortunate to have partnered up with Loeb Enterprises and started 3x3 Insights to provide the same analytics capabilities to the independents that a Total Wine or an Amazon or Walmart has, and they've leveraged analytics to help grow their business.
You talked about the threats facing the independent channel.
Yeah.
From what we've seen, even in less than a year of this business, this is such a crucial time of change for the independent channel.
Absolutely.
Talk more to the threats like Total, like Amazon, like changing legislation, and how those are going to impact the everyday brick and mortar independent retailer.
Yeah, well, those are great points to bring up, Noah. And I guess I'll start off with Colorado, because that's a state within our industry that's definitely under the spotlight right now. There was legislation passed in 2017 that will allow supermarkets to sell full-strength beer and wine. And as a consumer, if you're in the supermarket shopping, it just is a matter of convenience. So that's another reason that will drive less visits to independent retailers, but there's still opportunity to compete. And that's why it's really a focus market for 3x3, because you can carry a wider variety of products as an independent. When I walk into a supermarket and I see the top 300, 400 SKUs in the market, well, that's not really representative of what's selling. I mean, consumers, especially in today with the power of information, for example, like apps with Vivino, they're exploring so many different wines and different varietals, and those aren't products that they're going to be able to find in a supermarket. So for the independents in that market to stay as up to date as possible with local and national trends, they can stock those products they know consumers are likely to buy.
You're on the phone with retailers throughout the country every day,
Yep.
and there's a lot of different markets where the laws are different and the regulations are different and the dynamics are different. What are the things that everybody's thinking about, no matter where they are and what their market looks like?
Well, the common things that everybody are really focused on right now are changing legislation in big box retailers in the market, whether it's supermarkets or a player like Total Wine. So some of the things that they're doing to combat that are stocking products that you're not able to find at a supermarket, really building their wine programs and their craft beer programs, and really making it an experience to visit their store, one that a big box player might not be delivering.
Right. There's a lot of noise in the market right now, and when there's fear and adjustments made quickly, retailers or anybody tends to do things sporadically. What are the things that retailers need to be doing to compete effectively? And what are the things that are going to allow a retailer to do that will let them survive and thrive in the changing era?
Yeah, well, I think we just have to go to the example of Amazon. I myself am a huge user of Amazon. I buy a lot of stuff off there, and they're constantly targeting me online around products that I'm likely to buy. So first of all, I think it's rethinking the relationship from the consumer, not just when they're in your store, but how do you target them more effectively before they visit your store? So knowing who your customers are, knowing how to communicate with them, whether it's through social channels, digital marketing, SEO, you have to make sure that you're putting your store on the forefront of your local market. So really getting a lot more effective around targeting consumers before they come in your store is obviously going to drive more in-store visits. It's going to drive more loyalty with your customers and ultimately going to get them to spend more in your store.
Thank you for joining us this week on Retail Untapped. We hope you enjoyed hearing from our founder, Mitch Berkoff. We'll see you next time.